Thursday morning, it feels like holiday. Ja, hold on. Bietjie agtertoe. Daar so ja. Put it out there. That's it. Okay, so our plan here is to mix this compost in that soil. And look at this. Simon, eet jy hierdie goeder?
Yeah.
You eat this one?
Yes.
So this is there's a couple of insects that makes these little worms. Grubs, as they are called in English. Simon, what's the tribe is jy?
Huh?
What's the name is jy?
Bamboo.
Wambo. Al die wamboes eet hom.
Yeah.
Okay. So Simon is a wambo, and so all the wamboes eat those things. But they are very good for compost. Very, very good for compost. But very bad for your garden. So this is some worm compost. You can see there's some red wigglers in there. We'll be mixing this with that sand, and then we'll be placing a shovel on top of every prickly pear leaf that we threw in the hedge, like that. Now some of them have started to grow already, but we still want, sorry, stuck in the thorns again. We still want to grow some more, or to give them a better rooting. So like that one's got a new leaf already. We'll plant some more compost and soil on top of them. So a comment that I get often is, why don't you build a little lake, or why don't you build a big dam? You know, in that thing. I'm gonna try to put some of those comments below, but I'm not sure whether I'll be able to find them. But what I want to do is I want to show you an idea I've been playing around with. So this is our bottom dam, or structure in the river, you can almost say. That's the dry river bed coming through there. It used to continue through there, and the sun is very bad. This angle is very bad for this camera. And now that fills up, pushes the water very nicely over the river, and then over here, and then this ended up becoming the spillway over here. Washed out this little thingy here, very, very light, washed out and pushed up and made the river green. So the idea is to extend that little wall, lift it with just half a meter, not even. It can stay on that height, but just keep on that height over, or lift it, whichever is best. Call it a road, and currently it bends back over here towards the river, and then it goes around the arena on that side. So bring it back over here, bring the wall over here, all the way to our border fence between me and my brother-in-law. You can see they have a little moringa field coming up there quite nicely. Those moringas grow so fast during the summer. As soon as we get more rain, that you are not able to see the house anymore. Anyway, up to this fence. So just to go back a little bit, bring it from there to here. You can bend it up a little bit, and then instead of driving on that side of the arena, you get off the wall on this side, and you go back to the houses and to the stable area and so on this side of the arena. Now over here, all the water from the arena currently runs through here into my brother-in-law's land. So you basically add all of this as a floodplain. So I spoke to my wife, she's okay flooding her arena every now and then. So all of this then becomes a floodplain, so which means if you lift this, first of all you capture a lot of rain on here, but also if the big storm comes and you lift this with just 10 centimeters, that's already millions and millions of liters of water. So that becomes your floodplain. And then over here, just next to the dam, just in front of the dam, you build, you just come around quickly so you can just get your bearings again. You build one hell of a deep dam, Now there's a lot of clay in this area, and so the river pushes out. You keep the banks where they are, have the river flood over the banks, fill a hole somewhere here, probably try to keep as many trees as possible, make little tree islands between the hole, in the hole. So dig all of this out, maybe dig some of that road out, but the idea would be then to make it seriously deep. And then that, if we have one flood every year, which hopefully we will get, we should be able to water most of our farm with that water for most of the year. But that's just dreaming. This dam has moved location a couple of times since I got the property. The idea of the dam, let me say it like this. So this is the most recent one. It's closest to the bottom. It's got a big floodplain. There's many things going for it and against it. You take your wife out of riding horses for a week or two, or practicing show jumping for a week or two, which is probably a bad thing. But the nature area is fantastic. I think if we have little tree islands in your little lake here, and you can seal it so that the water don't just run away, this would be a fantastic area to do something like that. Just while you hit that little subscribe button and the little bell thingy, we bought those steel posts. We call them Y posts here. I realized in the comments they call T posts, so I wonder if yours looks more like a T than like a Y, which would be interesting. We build a hammer to hammer them in. See if I can put a picture of that in here. And we are getting ready to either build a beaver dam or like a beaver analog, where you put the post and you weave the wood between that. Or we're getting busy to build a Tyre structure. We will definitely end up doing both, but in the comments currently we are measuring which one we should do first. We also got a new account on X. I'm gonna post that. There's no content yet on there, but like it and follow it. And we are going to place all of that on there soon. That is the end of my story. I hope you have a wonderful day.